Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, and this is a sound off on the Real Housewives of Miami. And child, yes, I took a much needed break from them because they were getting on my nerves. Okay, they were getting on my nerves. Like, I literally could not stand to watch them. And it ain't supposed to be all of that. It's just really not, you know? And so, yeah, I'm fully caught up. So let's talk about it. I want to get into Kiki first, okay? I had a chance to watch the interview she did with Carlos King, and just feels very much Bird Lady. It's giving very much damage control. It's giving very much, let me get ahead of the story. Let me tell my sob story so that people feel bad for me and they don't hold my feet to the fire because they dragging me in the comments. That's what it's giving. I find it interesting that we never knew that Gertie helped get Kiki onto the show. Not that we really needed to know that, right? But if Kiki was so instrumental on getting you onto the show or getting you an interview to be on the show or helping or suggesting your name and convincing you to do the show and getting your foot in the door, how come we never ever saw a friendship or relationship between the two of y'all? Like, that's weird. She said something like, oh, when they were initially filming, that I guess she offended Gertie because she spoke to Gertie in Creole because, you know, they're both Haitian. But Gertie didn't grow up in Haiti. She was born there, but she grew up in Europe and then came to America. But Kiki really is like fully Haitian, like she was born and raised there. So they have two totally different experiences. So I still don't understand why Gertie would be offended because you spoke Creole to her. Because she's like very proud to be Haitian. Like, there's more to that. There's more to that. I just know that there is. So we know Gertie has her quirks, her hang-ups, you know. I just have a hard time believing that you spoke Creole to her during filming. She felt offended and stopped talking to you. There got to be more to that story. There's got to be more to that story. Will we ever know? Probably not. Do I really care? Not really. But yeah. So even if y'all had that little moment where she stopped talking to you for whatever reason, I still find it weird that we never really saw much interaction with them. I never noticed interaction between them until last season, you know. And that's kind of what made me start to like Kiki, because I really didn't see it for her. I really didn't like Kiki. She just always gave kiss ass. She always gave bone collector. Like, I'm being a good little girl so that Larsa will pat me on my head. Like, remember the whole situation where she went back and told Larsa that Lisa said that the building she lived in was for the OnlyFans and the drug dealers? It's weird. And I try not to hold stuff like that against people on these shows because I know that the producers are messy. And the producers sometimes tell them what they should say. They feed them like, hey, bring this up, say this. I get that. But it just seems like that's your only role on the show. And girl, we want more for you, you know? But yeah, basically what everybody really wanted to know is what's really the deal between you and Gertie. And Kiki said that she unfollowed Gertie because her cutoff game is strong. I told y'all me and her are birthday twins, okay? We're both June 18 Geminis. And I suffer from the same thing, okay? If I decide that I don't want to talk to you, I can comfortably go forever not speaking to you. Comfortably. It won't bother me a bit. A bit. And I don't care if I know you my whole life. I don't care. You can go, okay? You know, is that a nice thing? Probably not, you know? It's not nice. But sometimes when people show you a certain side of them, you realize like you don't want nothing to do with them. And I get that. But I think the problem for me and probably a lot of other viewers is we didn't really see where Gertie did you wrong. We saw where you did Gertie wrong. So, I mean, I guess if you want to cut her off, cut her off. She tried to explain that people wanted to see her fight Julia, and that's not her nature. And I feel like that's a bit manipulative. I don't think anyone necessarily wanted to see you put hands on Julia. Nobody asked you to do that. But you could have been a little bit more vocal and said, hey, Julia, you've gone too far. You threw water on her, it got on me. That's not okay. That's not how we're supposed to behave. Because we have seen you turn up. We saw you turn up on Lisa last season. And Lisa didn't throw no drink on you. So you trying to get Gertie out of there as if Gertie was the angry black woman, that's what it gave. That's what it looked like. You came to Gertie and said to Gertie, hey, the girls have this complaint about you and they have this issue with you and they have that issue with you. And maybe you should tone it down a little bit so you can get along with the girls. It was giving very, let me show you how to act in front of these white girls. And we're not feeling it. And we know it when we see it. We don't have to be there in the moment to see what we see. We see it. So yeah, her whole excuse of, I don't fight, that's not my character, you're not gonna ever see me fight, I don't carry myself that way. No, the same energy you gave to Adriana at that table when she called you ratchet is the same energy we wanted to see with Julia. And maybe not even that. Maybe not even that. Just speak up and say what's right. You didn't have to cuss nobody out. You could have just simply said, hey, that is wrong. We're gonna address her, say something to her. But you grabbing Gertie like Gertie was the issue, because you didn't excuse yourself from the table when Adriana called you ratchet. You started going in on her. You started to turn up. And I don't want to bring stereotypes into nothing, but girl, you're not fooling me. Nobody needed to see you punch Julia. But you should have spoke up at that table and say, hey, this is not okay. To me, once she threw the water, nothing else mattered. You threw a drink on someone because you want to stifle, you want to stop them from saying what they're saying. When you've been picking a fight with her the whole season, girl, bye. So yeah, her interview that she did, it really didn't do too much for me. But I will say this though. So Kiki's saying that she doesn't really care if she's full-time or a friend of, she's just happy to be there. While I believe there's a sprinkle of truth in that, I still feel like she's full of crap. I'm not really buying it, okay? How do you tell us that you had packed up all your things and you were living in Europe, engaged, and then you came back to America for the show, and we're supposed to believe you don't want to be a full-time housewife? Girl, bye. Tell that lie to somebody else. We're not buying that. If you would pack up your whole life and cross the ocean, cross the Atlantic Ocean to come and live in a country that you swore you would never live in again for a full-time position, there's no way in the world you can get me to believe you don't want to be a full-time housewife. And if you could do that, what else are you capable of? Now, she told a story, and I don't want to play with nobody's trauma. I promise that's not my intention. But she tells us this story about being new to America and being kicked out by her stepmother, put on the streets, having to get a job at Burger King. She had to get it out the mud. She fought her way to success and having a nice life for herself. And that is commendable. And I love to hear it, okay? I love to hear a beautiful success story that started off rough, okay? I love to hear a girl winning, okay? I really, really, really do. But you can't tell us this fierce story of how you fought so hard for the life that you have and want us to believe, or want us not to believe, that you're not willing to throw someone under the bus. That's someone being Gertie. You're willing to throw her under the bus to get full-time position. You're willing to throw her under the bus to stay on this show. And we get it. We get it. But don't lie about it. Just don't lie about it. Just be like, look, I got this job on my own merit. Yes, she helped me. I got this job and I like this job and I want to keep this job. So if that means that I have to forego my friendship with her, I'm willing to do it. Girl, just say it. Just say that. But don't sit up here and tell us, I don't really care if I'm full-time. Girl, don't tell us those lies. We're not stupid. Okay? We see you. I see you. Okay? I see you, girl. Now, for Adriana, y'all know that I love Adriana. I've loved her since the original Miami show. I've always liked her. She really can't do too much wrong in my book. Okay? That's my girl. Love her. Her calling Kiki ratchet. Was that the right thing to do? No. Was it a microaggression? Absolutely. But do I really care? I really don't have... I don't really care like that. I really don't. I don't care because this is the thing. If Kiki can sit with these women and watch how they're treating Gertie and be oblivious to the racism and the micro and macro aggressions that she's experiencing and all the bullshit that she's been experiencing, if she don't see how they're treating Gertie, then I don't see what Adriana did to her. And that's just how I feel about it. I really don't care. Do I like it? No. You know, they were all saying, she said the wrong word. She said the wrong word. Maybe. Like I said, I really don't care. I don't have the energy to care. It's possible she said the wrong word. It's possible. We see people on Twitter every day pretending to be black behind a fake avatar, right? They pretend to be black and they're trying to use AAVE. And the way that they word things, you know, oh yeah, this is definitely not a black person. This person is not black at all. This is not a melanated person. The way that they are speaking, yeah, they're not black. They're trying their very best to pretend that they are black through the internet. But we can tell that they're not. Non-black people love to use the vernacular and the slang and expressions. And you see them doing this instead of this. And it's just like, But like I said, I really don't have the energy to fight for Kiki because, girl, bye. You don't want to fight for nobody else. You don't want to speak up for nobody else. So I can't really be speaking up for you, girl. Sorry. Now, Miss Stephanie, honestly, I'm going to be very real with y'all. I went into the season thinking I wasn't going to like her because I don't know why, but I thought that she was the reason why Nicole wasn't going to be on the season. So I already had prejudged her. Like, girl, I don't care about you. I don't intend on paying any attention to you, right? I'm going to admit that, yeah. I knew I wasn't going to like her, right? Well, we saw that she don't have no smoke for Nicole. Like, was she trying to be a little petty? Yeah. Did she throw in a little jab? Yeah. But she's really don't have a problem with Nicole. Nicole don't got no problem with her. And so that made me feel good, right? But what I don't like about Stephanie is I don't like how she's coming for Lisa. I don't like how she's trying to inherit Larsa's problem with Lisa and making a problem for herself. Because if next season Larsa makes up with Lisa, I don't want to see you trying to be friends with Lisa. I don't want to see that. And I hope that if that happens next season, I hope that Lisa pays you dust. I hope she gives you her backside to kiss. I hope she does. Because I don't really like what I'm seeing with Stephanie. So I'm about to expose a little bit of my trauma, right? I have oftentimes found myself in situations where, like, I'm in a friend group, right? I was in a friend group. Someone new joined the friend group and felt that they needed to kick me out the friend group in order for themselves to feel good, to feel secure within the group. So they're always picking on me, always throwing jabs my way, always trying to call me out for every little thing. And I'm the wrong person to do that to. Because honestly, I'll say F all of y'all. I really don't care. I like my own company. I don't care to be your friend. Like, I'm the wrong person to do that to. I've had that happen to me several times. I remember it happened again in college. And the crazy part is when I went to college with my cousin. So all of her friends became my friends. They embraced me. They loved on me. They were good to me, right? And one of her friends met this girl, introduced the girl to the rest of us. And the girl just kept messing with me. And I wanted to be like, ma'am, you do not know who I am. Because if you knew me, if you really knew me, if you really knew how my temper is set up, you will find something safe to play with. I don't like that side to ever come out of me. I really don't. I do my very best to keep her deep, deep inside. My Gemini twin, the one that acts a fool, I try to keep her deep, you know, I like to put her to bed. But when people feel like they can play with me, she comes out. She takes over. And that girl, she just don't know. She just don't know. I was like, I don't care. I'll be by myself. I ain't gonna let you keep playing with me though. I'm gonna let you know that one time. I think I cussed her out real bad one time and she realized like, ooh, she realized that she needed to leave me alone. She did. And then the rest of the girls end up not liking her no more. That's what Stephanie gives. Stephanie gives that she's coming into this group. She wants to show off. Oh, I have a plane. Oh, I have this. Oh, I own that. Oh, I'm this, that, and the third. And Lisa is bothering me because she's always late and she's always making things about herself. And Lisa is this and Lisa is that. And I don't think Lisa should be on the plane. Ma'am, this show is in its, what's this, season 7? You wasn't on this show before. And the show was really good before you got here. This season right here is really not that great. I think if they can't ride on your plane, they will survive. I don't think that they're going to fall out and die because they can't be on your plane. I'm just saying. And another thing, what pissed me off about Miss Stephanie, I did not like how she burst into tears because the ladies were arguing. Ma'am, you knew you were joining the Real Housewives, right? You know that that's what they do, right? You know that the producers need them to argue, right? Why are you here? If that is so, if you're that sensitive that people can't argue in your presence, why are you there? You're full of it. You needed a moment, okay? You met Lisa for the first time and you were very confrontational with her. You're not afraid of an argument. Those girls arguing did not make you have a panic attack. You wanted a moment. You wanted a moment. You didn't have a problem when Larsa was picking fights. You didn't have a problem when the other person was picking fights. You didn't have a problem confronting Julia and all the stuff that you did. But them arguing back and forth made you cry. It's giving you weren't involved, so you had to make yourself the center of attention. I don't like people like you. Okay, so I guess we could talk about Julia. I don't like her anymore. It's probably never, ever gonna change. We are never, ever. Like, I'm never gonna change my mind. I don't like you no more. Okay, basically, who was it? Was it Nicole? Nicole had her card. Nicole was like, she's acting like a high schooler. She's gotten in good with the in crowd, and now she's doesn't need y'all. She ain't trying to mess with y'all no more. And that's pretty much what it's giving. But you know, the same thing I said about Stephanie kicking someone else out of the circle so that she could feel more secure in her position is the same thing I'm going to say about Julia. Her running up to Alexia to say, we were talking about you. You messy. But you're not just messy, you're devious. Okay, you're very cunning. You are sneaky. It's giving Bird Lady vibes. It's giving Shamia vibes. It's giving We Can't Trust You. It's giving Ashley Darby. I don't like it. It's very sinister. I don't like Julia anymore. I don't like her, okay? When she ran up to Alexia to tell Alexia that, I feel as though you weren't being a good friend to Alexia to tell her that, because who wants to walk into... You walk in the room and like, oh girl, we was talking about you. Nobody wants to hear that. It makes a person feel uncomfortable. It makes them be looking at everybody sideways. Nobody wants that. I think she was trying to be the first to tell Alexia that. She wanted to be the first. Why? Because she wanted to undermine Larsa. See, you might be cool with the cool girls, but Marsal and Alexia are closer to Larsa than they are to you. So if you kick Larsa out the way, now they're going to pull you in. At least that's what you're thinking, right? You think if you get Larsa out the way, you can drive a wedge between them, then you can cozy up into that space. It's not going to happen because they really don't like you like that. They don't. They don't. Larsa having the Pippen connection and the Kardashian pull, and she's been a basketball wife all these years. She knows all these movers and shakers. She's cool with that. What's that lady name? That lady from Miami that Lala Anthony and the Kardashians are cool with. She know people that knows the right people. So they're never going to not be cool with Larsa. Whether they like her or not, they rocking with Larsa, and Larsa rocking with them. So, Julia, you wasted your time. You did. And I wonder, did Larsa catch that? Because you're so obsessed with Lisa. Did you realize that Julia was trying to undermine you? Do you realize she was trying to snake you? Probably didn't. That could be your storyline for next season, because we know how you like to do, Larsa. But yeah. Yeah, Julia's not to be trusted. She's not to be trusted. She really isn't. Because at your big age, that's what you're doing. Girl, we were talking about you. And then when they confronted her, she was like, oh, I told her we were talking about her, but did I tell her what we were talking about? You're a grown woman. I think Julia's what, in her 50s or 60s? When Stephanie was like, why you do that? You should have stood on business and said, I told her because she was my friend. Not, did I tell her what we were talking about? That's how I knew you was guilty. Your answer should have been, I told her because she's my friend and I'll do it again. Or I told her because I felt uncomfortable. But then if you felt uncomfortable, you shouldn't have sat there in that conversation with these women and listened to what they had to say. You should have told them in the moment, I don't feel comfortable about us talking about Alexia and she's not here. Can we wait till she gets here and have this conversation? You didn't do that either. So yeah, your response is, did I tell her what we were talking about? Stephanie, stop this attitude. Yeah, you ain't to be trusted. And Stephanie mad, but the person who really should be mad is Larsa, because that was an attack on Larsa. But see, like I said, Larsa, we're gonna get to her next. Okay, so Larsa, I feel as though Larsa has no storyline this season. Okay, I feel like she never really has a storyline. Like when she came back, what was it, season 4? Her storyline was the divorce. Then the next season, she's mad at Lisa and mad at Adriana. And then last season, it was Marcus. And I love him so much. And we're the same person. And even though we have an age gap, we're really like the same age. And I'm so young because I didn't really get to live my life because of Scotty and da-da-da-da-da. And now I am a Kardashian clone. She threw this man a welcome home, a welcome back party because he went on a trip for a week and a half. Ciao, bye. This season, she has made her entire storyline being mad at Lisa because Lisa won't unfollow Marcus. And I promise I don't care about that. I don't. She ain't really got nothing to talk about. She don't got nothing else to talk about. So she's stretching this storyline with Lisa. And Lisa's not helping because Lisa won't unfollow him. But if I was Lisa, I wouldn't unfollow either because you ain't gonna tell me what to do. When people think that they could talk to me, you know, like when you go to the store and people be like, oh, let's do this. Or we're gonna set this up for you right now. When you tell me what I'm gonna do, that is the quickest way for me to not do what you want me to do. You don't tell me nothing. You don't tell me nothing. You're not my mom. And you're not any of my aunts. And you're not my daddy. And you're not my uncle. You don't tell me what to do. You don't tell me what to do. You can ask me to do something. You can suggest I do something, but you don't tell me what to do. When it comes to following and unfollowing people, to be very honest, I had to think about this. I really don't make a habit of following the guys that my friends dated. But I'm pretty sure if I log into my Facebook, I'm following a whole bunch of people's exes. But I'm certain that I'm following some people I probably shouldn't be following. But who cares? Who has the time to go and look for them, to go and follow them? Not me. I don't have time for that. And that's why I don't be too friendly. The main reason why I ain't friendly. Like, that's why I am not that friendly. Like, when I meet your dude, hey, hi, what's up? Yeah, okay, cool. You got to really be a dope individual for me to pay any mind to you. You really got to be like my bro. Like, we got to be here. Other than that, girl, I don't care about your man. I'm not friendly like that. Like, I'm really not. Like, you really have to be a cool person. Like, I mean, cool for me to, because I don't like to be uncomfortable. I don't want to talk to your man too much, then you feel away, or somebody starts saying, like, you know how the situation with Carmen and Candy? I never want to be in that situation. I don't want nobody man, okay? I promise you I don't. The mere fact that that's your man is, I don't even see it. I don't care how fine your man is. I don't care how fine your man is. You know how ridiculous I am about stuff like that? Let me tell y'all. I had the biggest crush on Tyler Lepley. I thought that this man was the finest thing that was ever created on this earth. And then he got with Miracle Watts. And you know, Miracle Watts, she from the H, like I'm from the H. And I'm just like, I don't even find him attractive no more because that's Miracle's man. And I ain't never met Miracle a day in my life. But she from the H like I'm from the H. So I automatically just... And these are people I've never met, okay? So imagine my friend's guy. No, I don't want to be your friend, okay? You're dating my friend, and that's cool. You don't have to follow me on social media. I don't want you to follow me. I'm not going to follow you. I don't have the bandwidth to deal with such. Anybody charging me up behind a man, I don't. I just, that's just tacky. It's embarrassing. It's cringe. I don't want no parts. I don't want no parts. I'm not into it. I'm not into that. But if I was in Lisa's position, I would not unfollow him. I sure wouldn't. I sure would not. I ain't no Taurus, but I'll turn into one. I will be very stubborn. Don't tell me what to do. I don't like that. Okay, so Lisa, I have always liked Lisa, but last season she really pissed me off, and I thought I was never gonna like her again. And somewhere along the line this season, she has won me back over. I have forgiven her. I love her again. And honestly, I'm very happy to see the direction that Lisa is going. I think that this divorce has really forced her to grow up. It has forced her to mature. It has forced her to open her eyes and see how things really are. Her friendship with Larsa is toxic. She's constantly trying to son Lisa and tell Lisa what she's gonna do. We've seen this before. We've seen this before. When Lisa expresses herself, she shushes her. Like, oh girl, be quiet. We're just gonna get over it. We're not gonna talk about this. You too old. You too old. Okay, she's not your flunky. She's a whole human being that God made that has nothing to do with you. She doesn't need you to survive. Her telling that girl at the table, get out of that seat and go sit over there. You don't get to sit across from me. Bitch, who are you? Who are you? Like, I don't like Larsa, y'all. If you didn't notice, I don't really like her. But I really feel like I'm really proud of Lisa. Like, I think Lisa realized that she was in this relationship with Lenny for so long and that man mistreated her. And she's finally finding her voice. And she's realized, like, damn, I've really let somebody play with me for way too long. And I ain't gonna let nobody do me like that no more. And if it's Jody that made her realize that, then kudos to Jody. If it's just the divorce, kudos to the divorce. If it's the lawyers, kudos to them. If it's just growing up, if it's just an epiphany that God made her have, then kudos to that, you know? But I'm here for Lisa. I don't blame Lisa saying, I ain't unfollowing nobody. I ain't doing it. And what? I'm not going to do it. No. And Julia said something like, well, I wouldn't follow someone who said that we're not good enough to wash his dishes. I really didn't like that he said that. That was nasty work. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. I don't care how rich you are. I don't care if you were the richest of the rich. You don't say stuff like that. That was nasty work. Like, I'm mad that Larsa's like, oh, he's such a bad person. But you have made your entire storyline about Marcus. What you should have done is told Lisa how you feel off camera. You don't like him and you don't want her following him and you don't want to give him clout, but you've given him clout because you've made this entire season about him. I'm sitting here talking about Marcus Jordan. Why? Because of you, Larsa. So I don't blame Lisa. Like, no, I ain't unfollowing him. And then when they tell you, oh, she unfollowed him. Oh, well, that's not even anything. Girl, go to hell. Oh, my goodness. I can't imagine turning 40 one day and somebody think they could talk to me. Girl, I will hurt your feelings. I will hurt your feelings bad one. Really bad. But anyways. As for Marisol and Alexia, I really don't have too much to say about them. They're hypocrites. I don't see it for them. It's all good when everybody else is in the hot seat, but let somebody mention Todd and her marriage and her whatever, then she loses it. Okay, the Barracuda gets the Barracuda-ing. And girl, I don't care about them. Every time I see Marisol, I feel like she's gonna fall over because her head's so, you know what? I really gotta stop talking about people's physical appearances. Because karma is real. I gotta stop that. Marisol, I'm sorry. But I'm tired of her. You know what it is, Marisol? I just don't like her. I don't like how she moves. I don't like, you know what I don't like? This show was off the air for 7 years. And they rebooted the show. And I feel like they're trying to kick Adriana off the show. I feel like they're trying to kick Gertie off the show. Why would you be trying to kick them off the show? Y'all just got back on TV. Why would you be trying to do that? You do realize when you start trying to backdoor and kick people off the show and ice people out, there ceased to be a show. And they got rid of y'all before they can do it again. Your show is not successful enough to be kicking people off. Like, the show is back. It's a lot of new people watching this show for the first time. A lot of people who were not watching the first installment of Real Housewives of Miami are now watching this one. And you want to kick off people that they like? That makes sense to you? Marisol, they didn't even make you a full-time person, but you behind the scenes pulling strings, trying to get people kicked off the show, making people quit the show. There's a lot of people who love Dr. Nicole. We'd rather have her than you. I mean, honestly, let me say this. From the moment that you guys rebooted, the cast was perfect. The show was perfect. You didn't need no tweaks. You didn't need no recasting. You didn't need no new people. Everything was perfect. Y'all got rid of Nicole and y'all brought Stephanie on. And Stephanie is cool, but she ain't doing nothing special. She got in Alexia ass a little bit, I guess. Todd was doing that. Let me stop. But basically, what I wanted to say about Alexia and Marisol is... Oh, I did want to say something. What I wanted to say about Alexia and Marisol... Y'all know Anna. I can't say her last name, but Anna Q. We're going to call her Anna Q. Anna Q has this podcast, which I think is extremely, extremely lame, to sit up on a podcast and talk about these girls on this show that you used to be a part of, but they didn't want to bring you back. It's corny. But if I can sit up here and talk about people, I mean, it's a free world. Everybody can do what they want, right? Okay. This little clip of one of the latest podcast episodes is floating around. And basically what she was saying is Alexia and Marisol, they don't like Dr. Nicole. They don't like Gertie. They don't like a lot of the new girls because they're jealous. Well, I can kind of see that a little bit. But she said basically, when you're on this platform, you get brand deals, you get opportunities, you get endorsements, all the whole, y'all know what they get, right? No one really wants to hire Marisol because, I mean, she ain't all that, right? In the looks department. She's not young. She's not vibrant. She's corny. She's always drunk. Whatever. They don't really want Marisol. They don't want Alexia. There's a lot that goes along with Alexia. Like her son being a racist troll on the internet. Didn't they say he beat up a homeless person? Maybe I'm getting the story confused, but I don't think I am. Like her son got some stuff with him. Then they say he beat up his girlfriend. And the baby daddy, child. This whole time, we all know that Alexia's baby daddy was like part of like drug lord crime family situation. We all knew that. I thought that's why he went to prison. He ain't go to prison for that. He went to prison for being a PDF file. If you catch what I'm putting down. Baby, I didn't know that. When I found out that, somebody posted it somewhere, probably on Twitter, and I was like, oh. Alexia, okay. So basically, Anna Q was saying, Alexia is not who you want to be the brand ambassador for your company because she got a lot that go along with her. And I was like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Because I remember, I think it was season 4 or 5, either season 4 or 5. She really had a problem with Gertie and Gertie's event planning business. Like she kept finding ways to jab Gertie about her business. Oh, you think you're what did she call her? She called her something. I don't remember what she called her, but she called her something like basically was like, oh, you're feeling yourself because you're this big event planner now, right? You're feeling yourself. And it was like, girl, of course. Why shouldn't she be feeling herself? So yeah, what Anna Q made sense. You don't like Gertie because Gertie directly benefits. Her event planning business has been given such the spotlight, especially like if this was a beautiful setup for Gertie, right? And it's a beautiful setup for everybody else who's been getting brand deals and endorsements and all the stuff. And Marisol and Alexia, you guys are on the bench because don't nobody really want to work with y'all like that. And so that's why y'all pick and choose who could be on the show and who y'all want on the show and who shouldn't be there. That's why you was mad that Dr. Nicole had a black card. Yeah, it is giving hater. See, y'all thought y'all could treat somebody bad, but it's always a bigger, badder wolf. It always is. So when it comes to Gertie, y'all already know my position with her. Like, I'm Team Gertie no matter what. I've got her back. I keep hearing people saying that she's annoying. Which one of them on that show ain't annoying? Which one of them? Please show me. Please point me into the direction of the housewife that ain't never been annoying, because I'd like to see her. I'd like to meet ya. What you say? Because I ain't never seen that. Every single last person who's been on Housewives has some type of annoying trait. Okay, they all do. I will say that though, yes, she does have some annoying qualities. Okay, she can be a little bit annoying. One thing that annoyed me with Gertie is when she was trying to force Lisa and Larsa to talk. I didn't like that, because I was like, girl, Larsa don't have that energy for you. And Lisa, if she wasn't getting picked on this season, she probably wouldn't have that energy for you either. So it was like, yeah, you're doing a little bit too much, girl. You're doing a little too much. Okay, save your energy for things that matter. But I don't feel like they should treat that girl the way they've been treating her. I'm saying that girl like she's younger than me, what she's older than me. But you know what I mean. They shouldn't be treating that lady that way. They shouldn't be treating her like that. And I just want her to realize, like, girl, they don't like you. There's nothing that you're going to do that's going to make them like you. They're either going to get over whatever they jealous about, or they're not. But don't dim your light for them heifers, because they raggedy. You can't help it that you that girl. Like, they gonna have to get over it. Okay? Okay, but I did want to give a shout out to Russell. Okay? I think out of all the couples there, who's a couple on the show? Stephanie has a husband. Marisol has a husband. Gertie has a husband. I think the rest of them don't got no man. Gertie, Gertie, your man fine. I promise you. I don't make it a habit to lust over people's husbands unless his name is Method Man. That's the only husband I'll be lusting after is Method Man, okay? I don't be lusting after people's husbands. But Gertie, your man is fine, girl. You got a good man, Savannah. The way that he was paying Julia dust at that event. Girl, I know when you saw that, you went home and gave your man the business that night. Let me stop. But Gertie, your man is fine. And I have to slap you on the wrist another time, because Gertie, you left that fine man at home to go hang out with Julia. I'm sorry. I had me a Russell. And it's not even just he fine, because he is fine, right? We see him, right? We all got eyes. We can see that her husband is a very attractive man, okay? He looks very delicious, right? But the way he don't play by his wife, the way he don't play by her, that just makes him 20 times more fine. And you left that fine man at home to go do what with Julia? I don't understand. I don't understand. That was you playing a foolish game and you won a foolish prize. But guess what, Gertie? You still a winner, girl, because you get to go home to that man. I bet you next time you be like, girl, I can't come, girl. I cannot make it. Okay, I'm with my man. Okay, my man looking so fine. You want me to leave this fine ass man to come hang out with you, girl? I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay. I'm sorry. I promise y'all I don't be lusting after people's men. I promise that's not my life. That's not the life I live. I'll be lusting after Method Man. I'll be talking a lot of noise, right? But if I ever met Method Man, I promise y'all, I would be speechless. I would have nothing to say. I would just probably smile, a very nervous, awkward smile. I would not be talking like this. I promise y'all I won't. I do all of this for y'all because, you know, y'all my peoples. But in real life, if I ever met Method Man, I would be so shy. I would. But anyways. Yeah, I think that's everybody. And if I missed you, then you must not be important. Because I think I covered everyone, right? Yeah, this Real Housewives of Miami. They already done filmed the reunion. And it looks like Gertie, Adriana, and Lisa, it looked like they kicked some ass. And I'm all the way here for it. I'm all the way here for it. They're my girls. Welcome back, Lisa, because I was not feeling you. Welcome back, girl. Welcome back. I love you again. I just love how she's defending herself this season. Let me tell y'all something. That's like one of my things. Like, I don't care I don't care who don't like me. I'm going, what I believe and what I feel, I'm going to stand on it. I don't care if ain't nobody with me. You ain't changing my mind about nothing. If I truly believe something, I'm standing on it. Everybody can tell me I'm wrong. I don't care. Because I'm going to reflect. I'm going to reflect, and I'm going to really ask myself, and I'm going to say, Bandu, are you wrong? Maybe you wrong, girl. And if I tell me that I ain't wrong, then I ain't wrong. Because why would I lie to me? I'm not going to lie to me. I'm going to tell myself the truth. But, yeah. I'm loving Lisa. Loving Lisa. Gertie, I've always loved you. Adriana, I've always loved you. Julia, you no more. I don't fool with Julia no more. No more. No more. Bye, bitch. But yeah. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next video. Thanks for watching.